ब्रह्मचर्य व्रती दंडी सर्ववेदांत पंडिता श्रीमद्विवेकयोगी मां प्रचोदयतु सर्वदा. Before we pass on to the final ascending steps of bhakti, there is one important point which is so very typical of India, and that is the concept of Ishta, Ishta Devata. We have any number of Devi Devas, any number of incarnations, concentrating on whom we can develop the bhakti in us. The capacity to love can be centered, as we have seen earlier. It can be in the form of a motherly affection, or your love for your sweetheart, or your love for a guru, or maybe your surrender to a great ideal, as our freedom fighters had in those days. So whatever it is, this concept of Ishta was of great use, great help to develop the bhakti principles within us. So you become so much attached to your Ishta Devata. Swamiji says, take up one idea, that is your Ishta, and let the whole soul be devoted to it. Practice this from day to day until you see the result, until the soul grows. That is what? Not our selfishness or surrender grows, until our soul grows. Our Atma itself should start showing the signs of expansion. And if it is sincere and good, that very idea will spread till it covers the whole universe. So for a Krishna Bhakta, Krishna represents the whole universe. For a Devi Bhakta, Devi represents the whole universe. And for a Shiva Bhakta, Shiva is everything, omnipotent, omnipresent, omniscient. So, this idea of an Ishta, how did it help us as a healthy nation? It gave rise to a lot of tolerance, because our teachers taught us not to get stuck up to the personality, as we've seen in the earlier lecture, but to find through that Ishta the real principle, the essence of true bhakti. That is how, in spite of having any number of Ishta Devatas, we were able to accommodate all of them in our national scenario. We have temples for Lakshmi, temples for Shiva, temples for Krishna, temples for Vishnu. And everywhere you will find some principle or other of our Vedic Mahavakyas written. Typical example is our Shabarimala. Shabarimala, as you see, enter near the temple, you will see Tattvamasi. So, this Ishta principle helped us to hold the nation together. And now I will just want to summarize our knowledge of the Bhakti Yoga so far. See, when we go to a doctor, a surgeon with a wound, what does he do first? He will remove all the dead tissues. He will remove all the wounded parts, make it live and fresh, and then apply medicine. Then only the medicine can be absorbed by the live cells and pass on to the system. So, do we say, we will tell the surgeon, no, don't remove all that unwanted tissues, dead tissues. No, we know the dead tissues have to be removed. Remember, it is in the same way we have to treat ourselves. We are going to be the surgeons ourselves, working on ourselves, removing the dead tissues so that we have to make ourselves living tissues. So, in the earlier lectures we took up work. Work is a very important aspect of our life, where our ignorance of true working has created lots of misunderstandings and unwanted ideas, tensions, all those are there. So if we start purifying them, where do we start? We have to cut away, surgically remove some of those ideas. So in the work, there are 3 stages of elevation. Remember, this should become very, very clear in our mind. These 3 stages of elevation. Which are they? In the first one, to learn to do work unselfishly, asking for no return. So when we apply this medicine, what do we remove? The unwanted, untrue things from our work area. I, my, mine, all those things are removed. So now we find the healthy tissues in our work area, in our working mind. The second cleaning, that is, now you have understood, you know how to work. What do I do with my work? I offer my work to the Almighty. It may be my Ishtadevata, or it may be the ideal for which I work, whoever may be our Deva, Devata. So there is a Atma Samarpan, total surrender to that God. Yat karoshi, yad ashnasi, yad juhoshi, dadasi yad. We have already seen that, Krishna's words to Arjuna. Whatever you do, you offer it to the God Almighty. So that is the second stage of curing, second stage of cleaning up, second stage of purification of our arena of work. And last but not least, what is the final healing touch we have to give to the work? That is, serve God, serve man. That is, see God in everything, everybody, and then serve Him as though you are serving your Ishtadevata or your idea. So these are the 3 purifying, elevating, strengthening thoughts by which we should treat our work sphere, so that karma becomes more and more purified into Karma Yoga. Because without this threefold purification, we cannot absorb the beauty of bhakti also. Now we go to bhakti. What happens in Bhakti Yoga? Same principles. We were loving husband, wife, child, friends with all selfish motivations. So, in that Prema Trigona, the triangle of love, Swamiji teaches us that you give up this sort of a individualistic approach. So, learn to love without asking for a return. Learn to love like a mother, unselfishly. So that is the first stage of purification. Then we come to the second stage. What is this? Love, my love, I surrender totally to the God. Seeing, serving whomsoever comes in my orbit of work or life, I serve them as my God, my Ishta. So that's sort of a second step. And thirdly, as we had been seeing, seeing God in everything. Veshti samashti, difference breaks away and we find Lord in everything. So that will be the ultimate in bhakti. So karma, the way it purifies our actions through our mental adjustments, in the same way our capacity to love, from where does it come, this capacity to love? It's also a gift from the God, isn't it? What exactly is love? Seeing myself in my object of love. Atma, Atma. We have seen how Maitreyi was told by Yajnavalkya. So this threefold manifestation of the expansion of the love, that will make us worthy of climbing on to the steps of jnana.